Hi, it's Tina. Welcome to my channel. I thought tonight we'd make some tostadas for supper. And let's get started. So what I did is I only had about half of a jar of black beans, and then I had half of a jar of mixed pinto beans with northern beans, and so I put them all in a pan together. And I'm heating those up here on the stove. Now, remember what I said about use what you have on hand. Don't go out and buy something to make dinner. Do your shopping, buy your staples, and then figure out what you're going to make from those staples. And I always keep corn tortillas, oil-free of course, on hand. I've always got some sort of bean in my refrigerator that I've cooked in my Instant Pot and put into jars and stuck in my fridge. And in this case, I had 3 different kinds. So I just mixed them together to have enough to make tonight's meal. Now I have chopped up, this is romaine lettuce and regular green cabbage. By adding cabbage to the greens, I'm adding more flavor, more texture, and more nutrients. So get the most of your meal. Throw some cabbage in there. Don't settle for just a regular lettuce. That's going to go on top. And then I have diced up some green onions. And remember what I said about saving our tops and regrowing our vegetables? Let me show you something real quick. Taking these tops, stuck them in a little bit of water. Now I mean little bit of water. And see how they've regrown? Those are from last week's salad. So from tonight, I've added these. See these green onions? See the tops protruding there? Let me stick my finger up behind it so you can get a good view. See the center, how it's sticking up? That's growth just from one day of putting that in. Again, tiny little bit of water. So I've got my green onions, and they came from the store just like that with their roots on them. Stick them on there. They're going to keep growing. And come spring, I'll put these in my garden and plant them, and I'll just keep cutting the tops off and chopping them up like I did and adding those to my food all year, all year, all year. And so just a fun way to get a lot more produce for your money. And I just keep those right by my kitchen sink, which is why I'm kind of moving off camera. Sorry about that. So anyway, back to this. So what I'm doing is I've got this bean mixture, and like I said, use what you've got. If you've got a can or 2 of black beans, use those. If you've got pinto, use those. If you've got white beans, use those. It really doesn't matter. By adding different beans to our diet, we get different nutrients, because each one is going to have a different makeup. One is going to be higher in iron, one is going to be higher in magnesium, and one is going to be higher in potassium. I don't know what else, but I'm sure there's lots of different. Those are the 3 that I remember right offhand without reading a package. So, don't know how well you can see from far away. I'm just smashing this up with my potato masher, because I want those to be good and solid to be able to spread on my oil-free tortillas. So let me just get that going real good. Now I've got a little bit of this picante sauce left. Not very much, but I'm going to take that and add it to my beans just to help give it some flavor, and use what's left in there. And like I said, we buy these great big jars. We put them in rice, in beans, on potatoes. I even had a taco salad today, and I had my greens, threw in some beans from the refrigerator, topped it with picante sauce, and I had taco salad for my lunch. So I'm smashing that in there real good. Then I'm going to add a few more spices because I want this to be really flavorful. So I've got some minced onion. And I'm going to put some of that in there. Some onion powder, not onion salt, because I try really hard to be salt free, and I realize there probably is a little bit of salt in that picante sauce, since that was a package deal. Now I could make that myself, and during the summer when I've got lots of tomatoes from the garden, I do make it myself. Oops. That was chili powder, and you see I'm just sprinkling some in the mix. Then we've got paprika. Now you can use smoked paprika, which will add a little bit of heat. Regular paprika won't. And then this, you can't hardly see because the label's on there, but that is cumin. And these are all Mexican spices. Since tostadas technically are Mexican food, we want to add our Mexican spices. Now you can add cilantro or oregano as well if you want. Those are also Mexican spices. And I'm just smashing those up real good. There's still quite a bit of juice in these beans because these were homemade, and I didn't actually drain and rinse them like I would have done with a can. But I think it'll be all right. Now what I did for my tortillas, let's make sure this cookie sheet's cool before I can touch it. Took my oil-free tortillas and I put them on a silicone mat, flattened out, and I did them 350 degrees for I think 15 minutes. Then I flipped them over and I did another 5. And that makes them flat and crunchy. And I'll have to do some more because that's enough probably for my husband and my son. And my daughter and I still have to eat as well. So that's first batch. Now I'm going to make a faux parmesan to sprinkle on top of the beans as well. And to do that, fat-free, I take half a cup of rolled oats and half a cup of nutritional yeast in my little NutriBullet, and you can use a regular blender if you don't have one of these. Now, if you don't care about fat, or if you're someone who isn't trying to lose weight, you can replace those oats with cashews. That works as well. I'm trying to be fat-free. I'm trying really hard to lose weight, and every pound off is a victory to me. I've lost 34 so far this year, and we're going into the end of November. So 30 was my goal. I surpassed my goal, so I've been working really hard. I've got 48 more to go for my ultimate goal. Anyway, I've got this mixed up in here, and I'm just going to blitz it. Really quickly, which just makes a nice fine powder. And because that nutritional yeast tastes like cheese, this gives us a nice version of a faux parmesan that we will take our tortilla, spread the beans, put a little bit of this. And I think that is nice and hot. So let me get a plate and I'll show you how this goes together. So I'm going to take my tortilla and lay it on my, sorry about the glare, see my big light there. Lay it so that whichever side kind of curves so that it will hold the beans, whichever side that is. And then just do thin thin layer of beans. And again, mine are a little runnier than I would have hoped for. So if you use canned, be sure and drain that and rinse it so that it'll be as thick as you can get it. Okay, then we're going to take just a little bit of our faux Parmesan. Sorry, my camera isn't where you can see. Just sprinkle right on top. Then we're going to do a bit of these, whoops, almost dropped them. Bit of these green onions. And then a little bit of the romaine lettuce with cabbage. There you are. And that's dinner. Now, if you would like to add tomatoes or green chili or jalapenos, or if you're not worried about fat, you could even add avocado. Those are all nice things to put on tostadas. If you remember back when we made the pizza, there was a cheese sauce. If you would like to use that instead of this faux Parmesan, that's a really good topping too, and I have used that for tostadas. And I can link that video for you so that you can find that easily. And if you like my recipes, go ahead and hit like, comment if you have any questions, share with your friends, and subscribe. Have a great day.